Hey guys, it's Janice Silver, and today I'm going to review with you two new documents that were released, one from the Department of Labor, one from FEMA, that outline the Lost Wages Assistance Program, that additional $400 or $300 unemployment boost. Now, these were recently released, and they provide some firm details, confirmations of things that we've heard from various news sources, reported through interviews, kind of reinforcing things that were in the executive memorandum, but it's basically outlining the specifics for the Lost Wages Assistance Program. Now, the first document I'm going to show you is from the Department of Labor. This is the Unemployment Insurance Program Letter, number 27 through 20. I've gone through and I've highlighted a few key things to go over here so that we make sure that we understand the information in this program very clearly. Now, they're referring to this as the LWA, which is the Lost Wages Assistance Program. Now, I want to be real clear, this is different from FPUC. If you have received this $600 boost in unemployment, this is different. This will not be implemented using the same system as that. They must develop a different system because this funding is coming from FEMA. Completely different source for the funding. States can apply to FEMA directly for this grant money, which is being taken from the DRF fund, and they are distributing that funds to the state. The state will then implement it in a program that runs parallel to unemployment, and it will be paid out much like FPUC was, that $600 boost. However, they do have to make a new program because it's different sorts of funds. So, LWA will be administered by states and territories through a grant agreement with FEMA. FEMA will not administer benefits directly to individuals. So, that's going to answer your question. If you're wondering if you need to apply somewhere else for this, if you need to go to FEMA and apply through FEMA, no. It's going to be distributed from FEMA to the states. The states will then create a parallel program that will deposit these funds alongside your unemployment benefits. The states and territories will distribute the funds through their UI system, their unemployment system, as a supplemental payment. Now, next in this document, we address the amount of benefits, how much you receive. Now, if states wish to provide the maximum $400 benefit to their claimants, they may fund $100 out of amounts allocated to them out of the Coronavirus Relief Fund. Alternatively, states may count funds that are already used to provide regular UI payments toward the state match. Now, that means that we've seen shared recently in news articles and a recent interview that yes, if the states do not have the ability to fund the additional $100, chipping in an additional $100 is not mandatory for participation. What they have to do is make sure that they are already paying the claimant $100 in regular benefits. So they don't have to supplement, they can use $100 of that. So if they choose to do so, eligible claimants will receive an LWA payment of $300 from the federal government, in addition to their weekly benefit amount. Now, I address this in my other topic where I talk about will you receive $400, $300, or $0? So if you need more information on that, check over there. So if the states chip in $100 extra, then they will be distributing $400 of an additional boost. If the states do not chip in and they count your pre-existing unemployment as their contribution, you will receive $300. Now, LWA is payable to claimants beginning the weeks of unemployment ending on or after August 1st, 2020. Now, this may terminate up to or before December 27th. It will terminate before December 27th when FEMA expends the $44 billion. That is most likely when it's going to terminate because $44 billion worked out to the current unemployment rate equals between 4 and 5 weeks approximately of funding for this program. Can also terminate if the total balance of the DRF account decreases to $25 billion or if legislation is enacted that replaces this program or creates something similar. In short, expect this program to run between 4 and 5 weeks. Could be a little bit more because many people are not going to reach that $100 of pre-existing benefits cutoff, unfortunately. So anticipate it to be about 5 weeks. So an eligible claimant is an individual who provides self-certification that he or she is unemployed or partially unemployed due to disruptions caused by the pandemic for the weeks of unemployment with respect to which LWA is sought. At least $100 of regular UC, that means unemployment compensation, or one of the following unemployment compensation programs. So important program dates for states where the week of unemployment ends on a Sunday, the first. Now, this document states that this is retroactive, effective August 1st. However, if your week starts on August 2nd, depending on which day of the week your state's unemployment week starts, it could start August 2nd. States may meet the $100 per claimant week state match with the payments they make for regular state unemployment benefits to claimants that also meet the requirement to be unemployed or partially unemployed as a result of the pandemic if they choose to do so. In this case, eligible claimants will only receive a LWA payment of $300 in addition to their weekly benefit amount. This document also addresses administrative costs. Are the states required to pay for the administrative costs of setting up and running this program? Well, what it says here is that administrative funding for the LWA program, including changes to existing UI systems to accommodate the program, is provided by FEMA. So FEMA is going to pick up the bill for getting this program up and running in terms of administrative costs. Now, the other document I'm going to go ahead and pull up. Now, this is the FEMA Lost Wages Supplemental Payment Assistance Fact Sheet. So we see here that a state may request assistance by submitting an application for a grant award to administer the supplemental payments for lost wages. And then we see here a confirmation of those claimants who are available are receiving at least $100 per week in the unemployment insurance compensation in any of these following forms. We see that states may instead provide claimants the lost wages supplement of $300 paid entirely from the $300 federal contribution and satisfy the match with no additional state payout by leveraging existing state funding used to pay regular state unemployment benefits. So once again, if the state is already paying you out $100 or more of unemployment benefits, that $100 can be used to credit as their match, and then you will receive an additional $300 boost. FEMA will not administer benefits directly to claimants. So no, you do not apply using a separate application. You do not go to FEMA and apply. It's going to be administered to you from the state through unemployment using a parallel program that runs alongside unemployment, similarly to the FPUC program. And lastly, states must apply using the application process that FEMA has outlined for the states. Okay, now what does this mean in terms of timeline? Well, it's good to see that things are moving along, to see that both the Department of Labor and FEMA are on the same page with things, that these requirements and these specifics are in fact echoing things that have been said in interviews. So things are moving in the right direction in terms of getting this program up and running. Keep in mind that you may receive a $400 benefit, a $300, or a $0, depending on which requirements you and your state meet. Now, what also needs to be remembered is that this can also be challenged in terms of constitutionality. I have a video that breaks that down. So should something arise and it is challenged in a court of law, that could slow things down or stop them. If additional legislature is passed that overrides this, that replaces this, then it would not move forward. But as long as things continue to progress in this way, states will apply to FEMA. They will be approved for the grant funds, and then FEMA will pay out those funds to the state. The state then must create a system that runs parallel to unemployment in order to distribute the payments. So we are going to see delays on that end, delays in terms of the states creating and implementing a program that is able to distribute these funds with UI payments. So no, do not expect this immediately. There is going to be lag time in which the states apply, are approved, and must create and get up and running a system that allocates these payments out to the individuals. Okay guys, I hope that was helpful. I hope those two documents help you to understand a little more in depth the progress that this is taking over the last couple of days. Please like, subscribe, and leave me a comment down below. I really appreciate it, and it really helps boost my channel.